There's a popular saying that I never really understood what it meant until recently, which is an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Basically saying that if you don't address or deal or voice out an injustice in one area, that very injustice could land itself on your front door and you won't be able to do anything about it, or it will be very difficult to address. Got me thinking, right? And I don't say this as somebody who's happy that it's happening. I point it out just to state that there's value in always being able to point out injustice, no matter where it is, even if it's not for you. But I was on a thread on Reddit where a number of American people, software developers in the IT space, really, they were just complaining that there has been a high surge of remote jobs that have been shipped out to the Philippines, that have been shipped out to South Africa, Zimbabwe, African and Asian countries, essentially, because companies have realized that they can get significantly cheaper labor for those very same jobs and probably still get the exact same quality. This is a problem because if companies are operating in your country, there ought to be a social contract with the citizens of those countries that their interests will be protected. Got me thinking. In most African countries, there is a lot of corruption, and that corruption negatively impacts people economically, politically, and socially. But none of these things are ever voiced out. For a large majority of my life, I always knew that there was always high unemployment in most African countries, in my own country. And you start to think, if we as humanity actually banded together against any type of injustice, no matter where it may be, would companies have the amount of resolve that they have now to take advantage of the fact that they can get cheaper labor somewhere else instead of hiring somebody who is native to the country in which they operate? These are very important questions that we need to ask, because it just doesn't apply to things like employment. It applies to politics. If you allow a dictator to exist in one country, who's to say that that same trope won't be true for you? An injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Let's remember that whenever we see other people suffering.